The air was thick with the sounds of the jungle as Captain Jameson stood at the entrance of the ancient temple, his eyes scanning the dense foliage that seemed to swallow the structure whole. The team of archaeologists and soldiers had been excavating the site for weeks, and the anticipation was palpable. They were on the cusp of uncovering a secret that had been hidden for centuries. And Jameson's instincts told him that it was going to be big. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the ground beneath their feet, and the temple began to shudder and tremble. The sound of crashing stone and screams filled the air as the team scrambled to escape the collapsing structure. Jameson's training kicked in, and he quickly took charge, directing his team to safety. But as they stumbled out into the jungle, he couldn't shake the feeling that they had been so close to something incredible. The team's leader, Dr. Rodriguez, a renowned archaeologist, was frantic. She had spent years searching for this temple, and now it seemed that all her work was being destroyed before her eyes. Jameson knew that he had to act fast to salvage what was left of the excavation. He ordered his team to start digging, to try and uncover as much of the temple as possible before it was too late. As the days passed, the team worked tirelessly to uncover the secrets of the temple. Jameson's men were exhausted, but they pushed on, driven by their captain's unwavering determination. Dr. Rodriguez, however, was becoming increasingly obsessed with the excavation. She was convinced that the temple held the key to unlocking a powerful ancient technology, and she would stop at nothing to claim it. Jameson began to worry that her ambition was clouding her judgment. But he couldn't deny the excitement that was building within him. He had always been driven by a sense of duty. But now he found himself torn between his responsibility to his team and his own desire for discovery. As the excavation progressed, the team began to uncover evidence of an ancient civilization that was far more advanced than they had ever imagined. They found artifacts and texts that hinted at a powerful technology that could change the course of human history. Dr. Rodriguez was ecstatic, but Jameson's concerns were growing. He knew that they were playing with fire, and he wasn't sure if they were ready for the consequences of their discovery. But Dr. Rodriguez would not be swayed. She was convinced that she was on the brink of a major breakthrough, and she would stop at nothing to achieve it. As the team delved deeper into the temple, they encountered increasingly treacherous obstacles. The air grew thick with toxic gases, and the tunnels became narrower and more unstable. Jameson's men were getting tired, and he knew that they couldn't keep this up for much longer. But Dr. Rodriguez refused to give up. She was convinced that they were just a few feet away from the heart of the temple, and she would not rest until she had uncovered its secrets. Finally, after weeks of excavation, they reached the inner sanctum of the temple. It was a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and strange devices that hummed with an otherworldly energy. Dr. Rodriguez was ecstatic, but Jameson's concerns had turned to dread. He knew that they had disturbed something that was meant to remain hidden, and he feared the consequences of their actions. But it was too late now. Dr. Rodriguez had already activated the ancient technology, and the chamber was filling with an intense, pulsating energy. As the team watched in awe, the energy reached a critical point, and the chamber erupted in a blinding flash of light. When the light faded, Jameson stumbled forward, his eyes adjusting to the darkness. The chamber was in ruins, and Dr. Rodriguez was nowhere to be seen. But as he looked around, he saw that the ancient technology was still intact, pulsing with an otherworldly energy. He knew that he had to get it out of there, to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. But as he reached out to claim it, he felt a sense of emptiness. He had achieved his goal, but at what cost? The temple was destroyed, his team was scattered, and Dr. Rodriguez was gone. He knew that he would never be able to go back to the way things were before. He had crossed a line, and there was no turning back.